Hello, hello! My name is Callista and welcome back to Pentiment. In the last episode, we were exploring the Nymphaeum. We found the costume that the killer was wearing when they ran past us, and unfortunately at that point we fell into a hole. We found ourselves wandering the old Roman aqueducts. Now, we have two paths we could go. I'm not sure. Here's the thing, I don't just want to move on. I'm worried. I'm worried about picking a path and the game saying, right, you're locked in. This was some We'll explore up here first. Hello. There's a big grate. Maybe we can get out that way. It's too high for either of us to reach. Climb on my shoulders and see if you can push it out of the way. It looks like a kitchen. The Abbey kitchen? What else is up here? I don't think so. It's big, though. Of course, we must be under the convent. Do you see any of the nuns? No. Hello? Nothing. Where could they be? I doubt the sisters loiter in the kitchen all day long. Can you lift the grate off? No chance. There's something heavy above me. I can only lift it a little and I don't think I can squeeze through. I might be able to reach. I got a fire poker. Oh, could we use this as a lever? Excellent. We can use it to move the rocks and get out of here. That might come in handy. Hold on to it for now. Yeah, but what lies the other way? I feel like I potentially missed out on stuff in the Nymphaeum. I don't want to miss out on anything here. Excellent. We can use it to move the rocks and get out of here. Oh, of course, Master. Okay, so we have a lever, but what lies further on? How far does this go? Also, I'm thinking back to Act 1. We saw someone dicking about in the ruins. We saw them jumping across. I'm like, are we gonna see any evidence of whoever that was? Okay, so this is a dead end. Oh, the crypt! He's snoring. Is this a door? It appears to be so. A strange one. Where does it go? I'll try to nudge it. I can't say, but it must have been built much more recently than the rest of the aqueduct. It must be another secret entrance into the abbey. Given the distance we've travelled and our elevation, it must lead to the crypt under the abbey. Really? Can we get out this way? What's that sound, Master? Snoring? Is someone sleeping on the other side of the door? Hey, wake up. If my shoving isn't waking them up, they're either dead drunk or knocked. I like this. This isn't too flirty. This isn't too flirty. I'm happy to go with this. If my shoving isn't waking them up, they're either dead drunk or knocked out. What should we do, Master? Well, we already have the poker from the convent kitchen. We can try that on the stones and try to get out. Of course. Still, that is interesting. There are multiple secret entrances in the Abbey. We obviously have the one to get to the library. And now we know about one that leads to the aqueduct. Oh. We know that someone was sneaking about the nuns' quarters. In Act 1, I'm sorry, I'm distracting myself here. You know what? I'm going to pause. In Act 1, Sister Marguerite, I think it was, oh god, it's been such a long time. It's been such a long time since I played through that section. If I remember correctly, it was like a few days, or maybe the day before the Baron's murder. Marguerite was woken, and there was someone dicking about in the nuns' quarters at night. And she said they smelled like moss. This place would be mossy. This place would absolutely be mossy. And the other thing they smelled of two things. One was moss, and the other was, I can't remember what it was exactly, but it was like, oh, fuck a duck. Brain, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me, brain. My brain's forgetting how to English right now. That's why I'm under a slight bit of distress. It was, I'm thinking herb, not a herb. I don't mean scent. I mean, oh, bastard. Brain, why are you like this? Incense, there we go. I get there in the end. Eventually. But it was like an incense. And my first thought would be that, I believe I said this at the time, but my first thought was something like, oh, would you use this in a church? Would you use this in a church? I can't remember if she said it was like frankincense or myrrh or something like that, but my first thought was like, oh, religious ceremonies. And that's why I thought of Sister Amelie. But also we have Father Thomas. Father Thomas would be using incense. And if he knew about this, I believe again, I'm thinking back to what I said in Act 1. My thought was that to get into the Abbey, into the nuns' portion of it, people would notice Father Thomas. He's the confessor. He's very distinctive. However, if he had this, and the library attaches to the nuns' quarters, I'm pretty sure it does. Unless the nuns were also going through the catacombs to get in. Oh shit, a brick. I want to see an actual layout of the Abbey and the convent. Still, God only knows how many secret passages there are. This would make it exceptionally easy, though, for Father Thomas to get into the nuns' quarters without being seen. Because he wouldn't have to go up the hill. The Abbey is on an elevation. You'd look down. Oh, here comes Father Thomas. What's he doing here? What's going on? If he went through here, though, popped up in the crypt, you could sneak in a lot easier. To be honest, I think until I get confirmation There you go, buddy. Yeah, until I get confirmation of Father Thomas's innocence, I think he is my number one suspect. He makes the most sense, I think. He's the town confessor. He knows everyone's shit. I'm gonna go back and look at which door was it. It had to have been this one. Yeah, I want to go back and re-watch that scene with Marguerite. I want to see what I want to see if it was incense. I have in my head that it was, but I can't be 100% sure. Try using the fire poker from the kitchen to shift the rocks out of the way. Wait, I still hear something. Hanna, This makes so much sense. I didn't even think of Hanna. I didn't even think of her. She's not a peasant. She's extremely well dressed. She's a pretty lady, like... This has to be what I think this is. This has to be. If Lenhardt were having an affair with anyone, I didn't even think of Hanna. I think she's a new character. She's a new character. I forget about her existence, but... You know, I shouldn't get my hopes up. I shouldn't get my hopes up. Let's read on. You shouldn't come here during the day. I had to. The farmers are out for blood. And? Did you fail to notice the soldiers gathering around the town? When the fighting starts, we need to be indoors. You know that's not why I'm here. Then quit wasting my time and get to the point. Don't play stupid. We both wanted Otto gone. Now he is. I didn't kill him, did you? Why would you ask me such a thing? Why aren't you saying no? Because of the note, you stupid cow. Because of the note that sent you into hysterics. Because you're behaving like a woman who committed a murder and is afraid of getting caught. How could you... Stop. It doesn't matter. I don't care if you did or didn't. He's dead. The idiot peasants can beat the ground with their pitchforks and nothing will come of it. What about that artist, Andreas? He could be a problem. Have you done anything to raise his suspicions? I don't think so. Good, then just wait. Time will run out for Peter and the rest of his worthless kind. By evening, the Duke's men will overrun the town. The farmers don't stand a chance. The abbot will stay in power. Pilgrims will keep coming to the shrine and staying at your inn. Yes, good. Thank you for putting my mind at ease. Be quiet. Go home. Don't come here again unless it's for a quick fuck. You! Else is a good woman! Paul deserves a better dad! Oh. This did go where I thought it would. I didn't think of Hanna at the time, but it makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. She's technically not one of the peasants. Oh. Be quiet, go home, don't come here again unless it's for a quick fuck. If you want comfort, talk to your fat husband. Don't bother me with your hysteria. Of course, I'm sorry. I'm glad we're finally out of there, Master. What a strange adventure. Do you think Mistress Hanna could have killed Otto? She's only been pretending to care about the town's safety. She's only concerned with the shrine staying open. Why would that make her want to kill Otto? If the peasants overthrew the abbot, they might loot or destroy the shrine. Without the hand of St. Moritz, there's not much reason for pilgrims to travel to Kiersau. There'd hardly be any visitors to the Golden Hand. Exactly. Now we know Hanna has a motive. It's possible she'd kill to protect her family's inn. We need to talk to Nico and Killian to see just how committed she was. But first, let's go back to the guest house and clean up. People will get suspicious if we walk around town like this. Good idea, Master. Seven hours remaining, and it is time to eat. Okay, ooh. You know what, there's the map. Again, let me just see. That is Baltus, Eve, the miller. We can eat with them. Yeah, and that's just a further look. Ooh. Oh shit. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of feel, oh god, I feel guilty saying this. I want to go for Hanna. And I'm not following the clues here. I don't think that Andreas would want to finger Martin because we killed Brigitta's dad. I think Andreas feels so guilty about that. Look, he was a good man. Who potentially killed a bad one. And his family have suffered. And Brigitta suffered. Martin went away. She lost her son. Jobst came along. And he's made their lives, he's made their lives so much better. She's pregnant with his kid. And she said, please, don't do it. And I think the guilt over killing her dad, I think that would purposefully blind Andreas. I think he would be purposefully going, yeah, I don't even want to look at Martin. I don't want to look at him. He's not a suspect. I don't care about all of this evidence. I am not fucking with this girl's family again. I am not doing it. So he is innocent. I don't give a shit about any of the evidence. He is innocent. We have a lot of evidence for Guy. We still don't know why Guy did it. But Guy is a monk. And if we say a monk did it, then that is going to encourage the mob. Oh yeah, let's go burn down the abbey. And we have soldiers on our doorstep. Hanna is a really nice middle ground because technically speaking, she's not a part of the mob. She's not one of the peasants. They won't feel like, oh shit, there was an imposter among us. We're going to self-implode. She's not aligned with the monks. She's not a monk. So they're not, oh yeah, we've killed her and now we've got to go get our vengeance against the abbey. If we set the mob on her, both sides should be safe. And I feel really guilty about that. I feel really guilty about saying that. In a funny way, in Act 1, I was all about playing Andreas as like, oh yeah, follow the evidence, who is most likely? And now I'm playing him as, okay, who can I throw under the bus that will cause the least amount of damage here? And ultimately, I think it's because Otto was a good man. Otto was a good man, therefore whoever killed him was probably a bad person. And between Hanna and Guy, as I said, Martin doesn't count. Martin, we're not looking at Martin. We've fucked over Brigitte's family so much, I'm not looking at the evidence for Martin. And between Guy and Hanna, they're both bad people. Guy has caused all of this. Whether or not he killed Otto is irrelevant. He has caused all of this suffering because he's been stealing money from the abbey, and that's caused the abbot to raise up the taxes. But for Guy, things probably wouldn't be in this situation. There would have been some new tax increases, but not all of them. The only issue I have with throwing Guy under the bus is that he's a monk, and I don't want to encourage the mob to burn down the abbey. That leaves us with Hanna. She's pretending to care about the townsfolk. She's being completely disingenuous. She's having an affair with Lenhardt. Elsa and Paul deserve so much better. I'm not gonna lie, I'm thinking, no matter what evidence I get, I'm thinking throw her under the bus because this will cause the least amount of problems. Martin will make the mob self-implode, and God knows how many innocents could be caught up in that. Guy will make the mob, and it will encourage them to burn down the abbey, like... Oh, God, I don't... I feel guilty. I feel very, very guilty. Because that's not right. That's not right. You should follow the evidence, but I don't... I think this Andreas has been burned by following the evidence. That's what he did in Act 1, and it fucked him over. And so now I think he's thinking a lot more like, okay, who can I throw under the bus that will cause the least amount of damage? Now, as always, I'm going to search the town. See what's going on. Be right back with you. The man still won't say anything. Although I was told in the comments, apparently Guy's conversation tree is a little bit bugged out. If you go to Gurno first, Guy will just basically refuse to talk to you. So I don't think we're ever going to know why Guy did it. I don't think we're ever going to know. So in that case, I think he did it because he wanted to buy a crown and a fur coat. That's my theory. He wanted to buy a crown and a fur coat. I will not be swayed from this. Oh, hello. Hello, Killian. Do you have a moment? Sure. What do you need? Is something wrong? No. I wanted to know if you'd noticed anything odd about your mother lately. Odd how? Does she ask you to watch the inn by yourself very often? Oh, well, sometimes, I guess. Dad and I look after the place more in the evenings when she gets tired, but... lately she's been leaving during sext. She says she brings food over to the townsfolk at the rat house. So I usually watch the inn until she gets back. There was one other time. Go on, yes. Go on. Mom left in a hurry one night, and when I was cleaning up around the bar, I found this note. Oh. according to Lenhardt, this note sent Hanna into hysterics. Here's my, I feel like I've got a bit of confirmation bias here, because as I've said, I'm thinking Hanna is the perfect person to finger. She's not a peasant, she's not a monk. Like, she's the perfect scapegoat here. And I have thoughts, but I'm just like, is this confirmation bias? Because we know that Martin apparently, he just left his note in his house on display. Because, oh god, what's she called? Anna stole it. And here's the thing, that all the things that she stole, it was all stuff that you just have, like, out and about. She stole, I think, like, what was it, like a cup? And I think there was something else, but it was all stuff that you just have out and about in your house. I don't think Anna went into people's houses and she was, like, rifling through the drawers. There we go, I speak English, I swear I do. Like, I don't think that she was, like, rifling through and looking places and taking her time. I think she was just going in, see, like, oh, that's a nice cup, I'll have that. Oh, that's a piece of paper with some purple ink, I'll take that. Like, I think she was just taking stuff that was out and on display. In which case, by that logic, Job's, he just left it. He left it on display in his house. Maybe not on display, but, like, he just put it somewhere. Somewhere where a child could very easily find it. That, to me, says he wasn't really all that scared of the note. Whereas Hanna, apparently they sent her into hysterics. Killian was cleaning when he found it, therefore it wasn't out and about. She had hidden it. And Killian just happened to find it. To me, this screams panic. She's panicking. When people panic, they're more inclined to do stuff that's rash and a little bit crazy. If someone's calm, if someone reads the note and, oh, I don't give a shit. I'm just gonna put this out and about, like, I don't care. I wouldn't say that's the type of person who would kill, but someone who's like, oh god, you know, my livelihood, I've gotta hide this, no, oh, like, why would you hide it? If you were completely innocent, and you weren't concerned about it, why hide? Well, it's because other people will find it and be like, aha, a sign of your guilt, but, like, still. It doesn't seem like Job's hid it. Doesn't seem like Martin hid it. So the fact that she hid hers, and she panicked when she got this, to me this is, aha, guilt. But again, I'm like, is this confirmation bias? I want her to be guilty, so am I reading into this in a way that I wouldn't if it was someone else? I feel guilty. I feel guilty. He will destroy the abbey. He will swallow the hand of St. Moritz, the rat house, after St. John's fire. Another note. I've seen several like this before. Oh, but what does it mean? St. John's fire. I wonder if that means the bonfire. This note is written in the same hand as the one 7 years ago. I think the note was meant for your mother. Again, I'm thinking back to Father Thomas. He would know everyone's shit. We have confirmation that Guy was speaking to him at confession. We have Sister Amelie provided that Guy was using Father Thomas to disrespect the seal of confession. I'm telling you all of these sins and you can't go and tell the abbot the truth. I'm cleaning my conscience and there's nothing you can say or do to stop me. Because you are bound by holy vows. Like, we know that Guy was telling him all the shit he had done. I think it's likely that Martin and Hanna would have done so too. Or if not Martin, then Brigitte. I could see Brigitte saying, like, you know, I'm laying with a man that I know isn't my husband, but he's treating me so much nicer. He's treating me so much better. And the real Martin's dead, so, like, what's the harm? Hanna, to be blunt, I think Hanna is just rather obvious. I think Hanna is... Then again, I was saying... Father Thomas doesn't know people. I feel like I'm cutting off my sentences at the halfway point and jumping from thought to thought. My thought was with Hanna. Hanna isn't particularly supportive of the peasants. Hanna sided with Lenhardt in the argument in town. And while she gives it all that, you know, oh, the community, I didn't put together that she was concerned about the shrine. But I think, I can't remember if I said this or not, but I believe I said she's probably concerned about business. She's probably concerned about her in doing business. And my thought was that Father Thomas would probably figure that out. But then again, we've seen how badly he has a read on the peasants. And those are the people he's known for years. He will have known some of those people since they were babies. And he misjudged them that badly. So would Father Thomas be able to put 2 and 2 together with Hanna that, like, oh, she really only gives a shit about the shrine? She might have confessed that. We are looking for someone who was here 7 years ago and would know everyone's shit. And I'm Thomas. This note is written in the same hand as the one 7 years ago. It couldn't have been left by one of the guests. The note could have been for one of your parents then, but why? I don't know. I don't want anyone to destroy the abbey, even if the abbot is cruel to the peasants. I'll keep that from happening, Killian. Don't worry. Ulrich is keeping Peter calm for now. He's a lad. He's a lad. I'll keep that from happening, Killian. Don't worry. I hope that note helps, Master Mailer. Just don't tell Mum or Dad, alright? Alright, Killian, I won't say anything. This note might have bigger connections than you think, Killian. Oh. Here's the thing, we can use this to confront her, and I think I want to hone in on her because she's a very convenient scapegoat. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. This note might have bigger connections than you think, Killian. I should get back to work. See you later, Master Mailer. Until then. Oh, madam. Madam. Oh, I think I'm going to confront her in the next episode. But until then, because I am just about out of time for this episode, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.